Taxi commuters at Bara Taxi rank in Soweto had mixed emotions. Some say they did not bother to go vote because they don't think things will change. Others say they cast their ballots with the hope that their preferred party candidates will ensure that basic services are delivered in their areas. Nozintombi Miya is live for us there. Nozintombi, a very good morning to you. What's the feeling amongst those you spoke to?
Thank you so much, Desiree. You know, you're quite right. Earlier, we were at the Bara Taxi rank, and, we hitched a short ride in the taxi with the commuters. And the sense that we got from the commuters is that they did not cast their vote because they felt that casting their vote wouldn't make a difference. So after that, we moved all the way further down the line, and we're right now standing at the Maponya Mall. And I'm just going to ask my camera colleague, Ronewa, to just pan to you and show you what we're seeing. It's a juxtaposition of a situation where these queues that we're seeing right now outside the SASSA offices at the Maponya Mall are the queues that we expected to see yesterday in Soweto and in other hotspot areas. And I suppose it talks to the issue about services where people feel that, they're going to be concerned with the bread and butter issue, such as collecting SASSA or getting access to some sort of grant money to be able to put basic bread and butter in front of them, as opposed to going casting a vote that they feel may not necessarily make a difference. So where we're standing right now, management at the Maponya Mall has reluctantly allowed us to stand outside their premises. So we're not quite allowed to go inside and speak to patrons inside their store, but what we are allowed to do is speak to people outside. So what we're going to do is we're going to start making our way towards the entrance of Maponya Mall, and we're going to speak to people and just ask them about voting and whether or not they voted. And just get a sense from people whether or not they voted. We're just going to try and cross the road. It's a bit of a taxi situation. We're going to try and speak to people here and try and get a sense from the people whether or not they managed to vote and what exactly happened yesterday in terms of voting. Hi, Papa, how are you? Thank you for speaking to us.
Yes.
We just want to know, did you manage to vote yesterday?
Yes, I voted.
Okay. Why did you vote? Why did you vote?
I vote for,
Uboskai Papa. Okay, mplela ka Zulu Papa re. Why votile? Votile mabana ke.
Yeah.
Why votile?
or kusuthi ngivotela ukuthi kube kahle ngibe kahle into zami zambe kahle izinto zami zambe kahle ngalibele kube nento zokuthi wena awuvotanga angeke ulungelwe uyabona manje ngifuna ukuthi into zami zahambe kahle.
Thank you so much. Thank you. The gentleman there saying, hi, how are you? The gentleman there just saying it's important for him to cast his vote. Thank you so much for speaking to us from SABC. We just want to know whether you managed to cast your vote yesterday.
Yes, I did.
Wonderful. Why did you cast your vote? Why was it important for you to cast your vote?
My political right and my voice, even amongst the context, says a lot, but I wanted to say what I wanted to say as an individual with my rights, so I did vote.
You know, we saw a lot of people not going to the voting polls, especially in Soweto, instead expressing their right to protest. What are your thoughts? As somebody who stood in the queues, registered to be on the voters' roll, stood in the queues, did your civic duty and voted, what are your thoughts about people who didn't vote?
It is just unfortunate for them not to vote, because it's their right. They're supposed to, whatever grievances that they do have, they should have really gone and voted. To me, it doesn't make sense that you've got grievances, but you choose not to vote.
Yes.
Voting is the thing that we should really use to either take out whoever that we want to take out and put in whoever that we want to put in. It's a very important thing to do.
Yeah. All right, so just to move slightly away from the voting, we do know that the petrol price is going up midnight, right? So it's going to affect cars in terms of petrol, and it's obviously going to affect taxis in terms of taxi fares. What are your thoughts about the petrol price going up? I mean, it's not just the petrol price going up, it's the cost of living going up. Surely it can't be a very exciting thought that the petrol price has gone up. What are your thoughts around that?
I think it is very much unfair that the drivers and the car owners are the one that really carries the blunt, because this thing is not just the money. There are so many added things to this petrol hike. If they can take out all these other levies out of it, it shouldn't really go, because it's going to affect food prices, it's going to affect taxis, it's going to affect as a person, as an individual. I'm using now the taxi. I should be using my car, but I will make sure that I fill up the tank, because I use it as a taxifier. So I'm going to suffer with this.
So it's not a good thing for you?
It's not a good thing for me.
All right, thank you so much. So we're going to let you head on your way. Let's try and get to speak to a few more females. Hi, how are you? Okay, I think she looks quite young. So I see somebody who looks a little bit older. Hi, Mama, how are you? Okay. This is the exciting part about live television, and getting to speak to people and doing walkabouts and speaking to people. It's a 50-50 split whether people will speak to you or not. Hi, Papa, how are you? All right, that's why we're going to leave it there, but I think you're sort of getting the sentiment here at Maponya Mall. We're getting a different sentiment versus at the Bara Taxi rank. At the Bara Taxi rank, we had outright people saying that they did not vote, they didn't cast their vote because they felt that their vote wasn't going to make a difference. But here at the Maponya Mall, we're getting a different sentiment where we've spoken to two people who've said they voted, and they feel that it was their democratic right, their civic duty to cast their vote. So, the results will really tell the final picture once all the numbers have been tallied and counted. But on the ground, the issue of voter apathy, again, becoming a strong issue that political parties really need to address and deal with. We can't be in a democratic society where the voters themselves feel that they will not do their civic duty by voting because they feel their vote won't count. We are an inclusive society, and people should feel that it is their right to go and vote. It is their civic duty, and they must want to go vote to choose their candidates. So we definitely need to do more. Perhaps it's an indictment on the current elections as they are. Or perhaps it's the state of things with regards to people's frustration with services in Soweto and in municipalities where communities have complained and have expressed their frustrations around service delivery issues. Desiree.